There's a voice crying out in the wilderness.
We wear the mask that grins and lies. It shades our cheeks and hides our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding heart, we smile and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. The tales they tell sound just like lying. They grow the fruit but eat the rind. I laugh until I start to cry when I think about myself.
Hindrance. Torn. Freedom. Freedom. Commitment. Complete. Evolving. Beautiful. I think it had to do more with relationships. I think just the inability for people who vowed or promised things and they did not keep. I think it was more emotional, just not being able to talk about things without crying or being easily hurt. And it could be simple things, but just your feelings would be hurt because you see certain patterns and you just automatically think that it was on the road to brokenness. Everything, all of the thoughts that would come up to my mind that would make me feel that I was incomplete, that I'm not enough. That's the main thought. Everything, that's the root of it all. It's just not being enough. Feelings of mistrust. Not being able to trust what you hear or what you see. Always thinking that there's something else. Can we stop for a second? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. I think it might have been a collection of things, but I think the main thing probably in the early years, probably the lack of a father figure. And then later on it became the broken relationships between me and the opposite sex, like in marriage, for instance, the divorces. I've had two. Well, people not being true to themselves, so it was close to impossible for them to be true to you. You know, so I think that's the main thing. I think after the first divorce, you kind of see where the other person had the fault. And then with the second divorce, it was like, okay, these two people look alike. So now I'm looking more to myself now. Like, what is it that's drawing you to this type of person? And that's where it took a turn for me. No, my biological father was killed, and for some reason, and I was just a little baby, but it's almost like I knew him. I was 8 months, so I couldn't have known him, but I heard so many stories, growing up. So they were definitely not like my biological father. My stepfather, I don't think they were like him, but now that I'm thinking about it, they did, have their personal demons that they wrestled with. And I think that my stepfather had an alcoholic demon that he wrestled with, and he was a bit abusive, toward my mom and me. Not physically so much, but I think that it was always a reminder that I wasn't his, right? And the same thing kind of happened in my marriages, because you thinking you're everything to this person, and you come to find out that everything that they did or said, especially later on in the marriage, kind of gave you that same feeling of you don't belong to them. You're not protected by them. You're not loved by them. You're not adored by them. So I could see some similarities in that. I think so. I was so open and so ready and so easily hurt. And I definitely don't think I should have gotten married the second time before dealing with some of that. Yes, I do. But I can say that I can definitely see the difference in my life over the past 6 or 7 years of dealing with it. I'm such a visionary naturally. So a lot of times, even when I get into relationships, I'm already 5 years down the road. Instead of organically just letting things happen, I'm always kind of preparing for that moment. The what if? What if it's not real? What if it's not true? What if it doesn't last? So yeah. I think facing it. That I'm not perfect. Forgiveness is I don't know, I just feel like forgiveness is not being affected when you tell the story. To me, I just feel like it's very easy for me because I choose to forgive every day that I wake up, and I say that I choose to forgive. But it's really easy to forgive people when you don't have to see them or face them or talk to them. So I kind of wonder sometimes, would I be able to, what would happen, if I was faced with the people that hurt me the most? My first husband, I think I have forgiven him. And because I've had to talk with him about our daughter, quite a bit, which is kind of funny because I usually try to stay from in between their relationship. I think it's very important for him to establish that, but sometimes he reaches out for me. And I don't have a problem speaking with him or even, explaining how the position of father is still to be honored, despite, what differences we may have had. But I think with the second husband, it just was a little bit different because it ended up resulting in my children being hurt by him. So it's a little different. But after talking, with my oldest, she believes the type of person I am. She thinks that if I was called to his deathbed or something, that I would go, or I would be what I needed to be for him. And I was taken aback from that because I think no, I don't think I could. But she sees something in me, some type of strength in me that says otherwise. So, which is very positive.
There's a voice crying out in the wilderness.
For me, it's been about serving others. When I first moved here to Atlanta, I became involved with the ministry, and I was asked to consider being a worship leader for an organization called Celebrate Recovery. And it involved going through weeks of study in forgiveness and recovery. And I think that helped me the most because I didn't really want to think that I was doing something for them. I wanted to actually get in the program myself and see what it was like. So it helped me get in a group study. And I think I healed a lot from that. A lot of healing came from that program. Serving others, and then also, my company, I have a company where I act as a bridge for people, and I find resources and I create new ways to dream for people. And it's wonderful to see their dreams become reality. And that's what makes me most happy. And I get a lot of healing from it. Are you kidding? My faith has been everything. Without it, I don't know how I would begin to put the pieces together. God's love is truly amazing.
A voice crying out in the wilderness.
That no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. That you're going to be okay. Whether you find love again, whether you get married again, whether someone loves you, whether someone breaks your heart again, you have to be willing. And I think that's one thing I really truly like about myself is the fact that I haven't gotten bitter and resistive, and I'm willing to trust and love again, but I think that I would definitely tell myself that I am enough. I am enough. And no matter what happens, you're going to be okay.
Does anybody hear her?
I love my heart. My love for people. My past experiences has not really changed that much. Yes, of course, I have some trust issues at times, but at the core of who I am, I really like that I'm open still. I love my creativity. I think that many beautiful things have been created out of all the chaos and all the brokenness, all the misunderstanding. You still have the ability to create, and I love that about myself. I'm determined. I don't give up easy, and yeah, I like that about myself.
Let our light so shine in the darkness, darkness.
Enough.
Let us hear the cry of our brother, sister, from the wilderness to the hills, they'll rise again. There's a voice crying out in the wilderness.
Not only did the environment shape how I saw myself, it also shaped how I viewed life. So I saw life as if, man, you're just trying to get through. So it created this survivor mentality. And I think now, being on the other side of all these things, I understand that God didn't place us here just to survive. He wants us to thrive.